Hi everyone, and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today we're looking at the latest edition of the Colouring Heaven magazine. It's the last one for 2019 and it's the Dark Fantasy Special. So this features 40 exclusive melancholy designs from Enis Guerrero. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Enis has featured before in Colouring Heaven collections or specials where there have been a few different illustrators, but she hasn't yet had her own her own issue that's got all of her artwork in it only. So if you're a fan of hers, you will absolutely adore this edition. As you can see, she's got quite a dark, kind of macabre gothic feel to her work. You can see that from the front cover, and it's very kind of sketchy and dark, and yeah, you'll see what I mean as we go through. There we go on the back, another one of the illustrations that you'll find inside. And then we open up to have our little bit about Enis. So it said, since childhood, Chilean-born Enis Guerrero has dedicated most of her time to the plastic arts. Her influences are fairies, mythological and magical beings in history, her favourite periods being Renaissance and the Victorian Age. In time, Enis's illustrations were influenced by the mysticism of the Gothic world, romanticism and tragedy. After being selected as a featured artist in the 2018 Halloween special, that's the one I was talking about, Enis has gained a following in the colouring world. See more from her here. And then you've got her Facebook and her Etsy if you wanted to buy more of her work. So that's the bit about our illustrator this time, and we'll get into the illustrations. So I'll just flip through and you'll see that every illustration is named and numbered. Sometimes in Colouring Heaven you only have a number, sometimes you'll have a whole background spiel about the illustration and what it represents. Here we've just got a title for the illustration. So this one is called Anima Inventa. Now a lot of these titles are in different languages, so I don't really know what they mean, but hopefully you might be able to translate them and kind of maybe gain some something from that, maybe some inspiration of how to colour them. So I would guess that Anima Inventa is animated and invented. I don't know. But all I can see from this illustration here is that we have a lady with a pentacle on her hand, so maybe some sort of witch, and you can see hands coming up from below, and one of the hands has an eye in it. There's lots of funky tattoos and weird sort of gnarly branches and things, kind of a little bit Blair Witch. Next we've got the Autumn Nymph, which is a little bit more delicate and a bit lighter and more of a sort of happy fairy than anything dark and gothic. We've then got the Black Crystal Witch, so this would be fantastic for practicing how to colour your crystal clusters, which I have done a video for. We've then got Dark Secret, so this is getting a little bit more grayscale. Some of her work is clear line art, which is very crisp and defined. Some of it is more sketchy and more shaded. This is a really, really nice one. Ecstasy into the Savage Garden. Did you used to listen to Savage Garden? I think they're amazing. I listen to them all the time. Anyway, really, really like this one. Then we've got El Despertar. Again, it could be some sort of desperate, I'm not sure, but she's wearing a crucifix around her neck. So who knows what it is. I really like the backdrop of this though. It's like just onto the very flat, calm ocean with the big moon in the sky behind her. We've then got El Hadid El Luto. Again, I wish I knew what this meant. I should have translated them really before I started this review. But another really clean, crisp drawing. There's no face on this one. It's covered by her hair, so that's interesting. And it looks as if she's walking through shallow water or a marsh or a bog or something. We've got Fairy Couture. This is a really fun one. So you can see the fairy is sat on top of this reel of cotton. And yeah, I really like it. She hasn't got a top on, so you've got that sort of half nude look to it. And I think it'd just be interesting to see that one coloured and all the embellishments that are around it. We've got Forest Keeper. This one is really, really intricately detailed. You can see her crown is made of keys and metalwork, fleur-de-lis, that kind of thing. It would take a lot of time, I think, to properly detail this, but it'd be absolutely gorgeous when it's done. This is Il Sirenis Cantium, or Canticum. I'm not sure, that sounds a little bit Latin, doesn't it? And it looks as if she's a mermaid creature. You can see we've got scales here. We've also got some very organic looking wings that seem to be just growing out of her skin. And yeah, again, another one that will look fantastic coloured. Not even going to attempt to pronounce this, but we can see it's a dragon and the dragon lady. You could make this into some sort of Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen type of illustration. This is the Kraken, and to be honest with you, this is the one that I was going to colour for this review first of all, but then I found one that I liked a little bit better. But I will, if I'm colouring anything more out of this book, it will definitely be this one. This is Kumiko, so it feels to me like this has more of a Japanese feel to it. We've got some barbed branches twisted through her hair, but she's carrying a parasol, and yeah, it just looks a little bit slightly Asian in influence. We've got Lily the Witch, really nice one again, so nothing really macabre about this. She's obviously a white witch or a good witch, and yeah, another one that I really like. Lots of clear defined features, large open spaces. I think it'd be quite a quick one to colour, that one. Lost in Wonderland, so this could be Ennis's kind of dark take on Alice in Wonderland. She's got big hair bow, she's got the striped leggings, so if you wanted to do that, you definitely could. We've got Luna a Tempestad, so this is another one that's this way along, and we've got big unicorn here with a long, large mane and what look like the unicorn wings on the back too. Really nice backdrop with the moon in the sky. I can see that one looking beautiful. Mended Heart, so a lot of Ennis's girls often have blood and drips and eyeliner that's leaking down the face and things like that. Very gothic, which I absolutely love, and this one is kind of no exception really. You can see she's got very loose pigtails. It almost reminds me of like a Harley Quinn type character, this one. This is Moon Babe. Gorgeous illustration, this one. Just looking at the features of her face, really realistic, but in a very light, delicate, sketchy way. Difficult to describe, but I like the horns that have been made out of her hair as well. And you can see she's got a big stitch right up her chest. This is Moon Dance, so another, this is quite a large lady actually. She's quite broad and stout, isn't she? Really like that. I like a lot of differences when I'm going through portrait books. I don't like wispy, long-haired, beautiful ladies all the time. I want some difference. I want some, you know, I want some plus-size ladies and some disabilities, you know, things like that. I really like having that kind of representation in colouring books. It's coming. I've seen a few colouring books, particularly by Hannah Lynn, and Christina Novak has a couple of plus size beauties in her books. This is Not Your Alice, so again the hair bow, the big key around her neck. You know, you can make this into Alice in Wonderland, a dark Alice if you wanted to. Once Upon a Time in Yule, this was another one I considered colouring for this review. As you can see, this girl is sat in the forest. We have lanterns, you know, candle lanterns, and she's wearing some sort of Mrs. Claus type winter outfit, so you really could twist this into something festive, or you could make it really dark and macabre. It's up to you. Only Your Flowers Left is like really sad collection of 4 words, isn't it? Only Your Flowers Left. And you can see this kind of court jester, but she's crying. She's tears of a clown type thing. Again, really like that one. I think it'd be quite a quick one to colour. Peregrina del Bosque. Again, not sure what that means. Peregrine, bird, I don't know. She's got that scar down her chest again. We've got loads of weird sort of symbols around here, like rune symbols or something. So a lot of witchcraft, paganism maybe included in that one. We've got Princess Ariel, another really sweet one, more on the lovely side of the spectrum. So we've got the mermaid, we've got the fish, and the long flowing locks that you can see are just kind of drifting in the water. Here's Princess Belle. So again, another beautiful illustration. You can see her gorgeous swarthy dress and the beautiful sheer fabric around her shoulder. She's holding a rose and there's a big castle in the background. I almost feel like this is a runaway bride type situation. I don't know, I just get that feeling. Again, it's up to you what you make of it. Purple Emily. So we've got another nudie lady here. She's got a key around her neck and a ribbon as well. Butterflies half covering her face, and she's got piercings, and her eyeliner is leaking down. It's just, I really love the kind of rock chick gothy influence on these illustrations. This is Ryla. don't really know who Ryla is. I don't know if she's made from somebody in history or whether it's a creation of Ennis's. But again, it's very much like the scary sort of witch type illustration. You've got the animal skull on her belt. She's holding a pocket watch. There's scars all over her, and yeah, the creepy sort of thorny branches as well. This is Reina de Copa's Sophie. Looks like a younger lady, and she has loads of different things going on here. She's got her book with her butterfly. She's got her teacup that's broken and leaking and splashing. She's got a potion bottle in her hair, as well as a teapot and scissors and cherries. We've got mushrooms in bell jars. We've got keys again. We've got birdhouses. We've got silhouette cameo pictures. Just a lot going on there, but a really nice one again. Rococo Dream. So we're kind of going back period now. This is visiting Ennis's sort of history inspiration. So Rococo, you can see, you've got the big long wig, the curly wig. She's even got a carousel embedded into her wig. Just beautiful, just beautiful. I really love the teddies because they've actually got animal skulls for heads, and it's just, at first glance you think it's just a stunning illustration, and then you take a deeper look and there's more kind of creepy things at work going on here. This is Sola Dolores, so another fairy with sort of ripped and torn wings. She has a crown of thorns and some sheer material that she's wearing, ribbons around her wrists. Don't know what you'd make of that. Here's the one that I've done. It's called Stitching Heart. So I decided to do this one because I just liked the way that she's got her eyes closed. I like what she's wearing as well. It's kind of oldie worldy, but not too much so. She's sort of modern, but kind of oldie worldy as well. I don't know. I liked it anyway. Used Prismacolor pencils for this. It took me about 2 hours to colour it, but I enjoyed it. I really liked doing it, and hopefully you'll like it as well. This is Forbidden Gift. So we've got a lady here with, again, another crown of thorns, and she's holding an apple which has this insignia on it. It looks like the devil's horn. So again, the forbidden fruit, it all kind of matches into that story. We've got the Judgment. So this kind of reminds me a bit of a tarot card. She's an angel, I think. She's an angel. She has angel wings. She's got the key, but also she's holding a trumpet or a horn of some sort. Maybe coming to judge you. I don't really know. The thing is with Ennis's illustrations, they really are very, very open to interpretation. And I think two different people would look at the illustrations and get two completely different things from it. Lady of the Lake, again, another beautiful one, but it's got a lot of detail and intricacy, so it would take a lot of time because you've got waves and things coming up, and a lot of things are kind of layered and interspersed with each other, so you'd have to take a minute to decipher things. This is the Lost Girl. So it looks like she's in the forest, but she has a whole like Chesterfield settee and a big setup around here. So I don't know, maybe she has this sort of little forest den that she goes to when she wants to get lost. That's how I'd see it. Maybe she's not lost, by accident. Maybe she wants to be. This is Autumn in Candy, another contender for one I was going to colour. Really like how clear and large this is. I was going to make this into an autumnal scene. So lots of oranges, burnt reds, carmine, things like that. And the beautiful sticky toffee apple at the front. We've then got, oh, I've missed one. There we go. Number 39, Visum Tenebris. Again, not really sure what it means, but she's got a scar across her neck. She's got white eyes, so it looks like she could be some sort of zombie. She also has horns, so maybe just some magical hybrid, I don't know. But these mushrooms are freaking me out. They've all got an eye, which is kind of odd. And then the last illustration is Valentin, a beautiful one. Again, I use that word far too much. I need a thesaurus. But again, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Loads and loads of hair, ringlets, and everything sort of interspersed with roses, and we've got some jewellery here on her crown. Yeah, another one that I can see being absolutely gorgeous when it's done. And that's it. So if you've never bought yourself a Colouring Heaven before, this is how it works. If you're in the UK, you can find Colouring Heaven in your local supermarkets and newsagents. You can also buy it online if you can't find it on the high street. I'll leave all the links in the description, by the way. If you are overseas, out of the UK, anywhere in the world, you can still get your hands on a copy of this, or any of the Colouring Heaven, in fact. And again, you can do that on the links in the description. There's also a third option. You can sign up to be a subscriber of Colouring Heaven, which means that you pay a fee for 6 months or a year or something like that, and you will get a copy on your doormat every single month. You won't have to do anything else. It will just arrive to you. If you are overseas, away from the UK, it will take a little bit longer, obviously, because it ships from the UK. But anyway, there are your options, and everything is in the description for you to decide what you want to do. Hopefully you've really enjoyed looking at this issue of Colouring Heaven. I can't wait to see what 2020 has in store for this magazine, and let me know what you think. Don't forget to click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.